Based on a true story about Molly Welch was born October 21st, 1992. Born in Alpharetta, Georgia, was returning to Auburn, Alabama after spending a weekend at home with her family in early February 2014. She was crossing a four-lane Alabama highway and collided with an oncoming truck. Many rescue workers helped Molly out of her car, and she was sent to East Alabama Medical Center. The doctors were concerned about Molly's health. They noticed that she was suffering from a severe brain injury. She was then diagnosed with traumatic brain injury. The team of doctors that specialized in brain traumatic injury came up with a plan to get her well. So they prescribed the best medication to Molly that was proven to get her well, to have normal brain function, a diuretic. This diuretic is known to help with the swelling of the brain, which Molly didn't have issues with. She was ordered to take this medication for about 5 months, with monthly checkups with the doctors. Molly hadn't even reached 5 months. Just after 1 month, Molly started struggling with speech impairment. Her sentences were no longer the same. Being a journalism and communications major, this was really worrying Molly and her family. She went back to the doctors and told her that the diuretic shouldn't cause any speech impairment. It was not a side effect. 1 month later, Molly is having trouble with her left leg. It turned out to be a nerve damage, which causes her not to have proper strength in her leg, so her parents end up suing the doctor for malpractice. When this doctor hears a lawsuit against him or her, she denies all accusations and say that's what they give their patients for brain traumatic injury. Then the parents end up suing the pharmacist, saying that she gave their daughter the wrong medication. The pharmacist denied all claims and said it was the right medication. Both the doctor and the pharmacist get together and find something really surprising. They find that the medication doesn't cause both of the side effects. The attorney looks closer at the case. He then examines the company in charge of making the diuretic, Pfizer, and finds thousands of cases of fraud and false advertising. He then sues the huge company giant Pacifier for false advertising. The case hasn't been in session, but Molly continues to advocate for informing patients to give the right side effects.
Hi, my name is Molly Welch, and I was recently in a very bad accident on a large highway where I was hit by a car, and ever since then I've had to deal with many struggles, including brain impairment, and I just recently started being rehabilitated for my speech, and I'm still having to deal with nerve damage in my left leg and cannot really walk right now.
Hi, I'm Dr. Beard, and I'm a pharmacist, and I have just recently been sued for treating a patient. The way I see it, the patient suffered some side effects that me as a pharmacist, I should have been aware of, but I wasn't, unfortunately, because of the big corporation that makes these medications. The corporation is Pfizer.
I'm Dr. Machor, and I was the attending physician when Molly Welch came in to the hospital after her traumatic car accident. As soon as Molly came in, we rushed her to get a CAT scan, and after the results came back, we noticed that she had brain damage. So upon those results, we performed brain surgery on her, and the patient was discharged. A month later, and during that month, Molly was getting both physical and speech therapies. And after that month passed, she came back and she had a limp, and she was starting to develop speech impediments. And it was thought to be because of the medicine that we were administering to her, which was not the case due to the fact that I administer that medicine to all my patients who have those conditions. But I went back with the pharmacist and we were reviewing the list of medicines that Molly got, and we found that one of the medicines that came from the company Pfizer did not list the side effects. And therefore I should not be the one receiving the lawsuit because it's the company, it should be traced back to the company.
To advocate for a campaign dealing with the struggles of many other people in America that have fallen victim to the false advertising by all of the pharmaceutical companies, and how they're selling all of these drugs that are not helping the patients, they're only making them worse. And I don't see how anybody in America should be dealing with that today.
I really just wanted to take the time to thank all the first responders that were there for me at the accident. I was unconscious when the car was flipped over, and they stayed with me